Fly gonna recap this and say Gotti caught a 30 on the John Road.
So all y'all wanna know what happened? I'm gonna tell you what happened. He got smoked. That was crazy out the game.
Sometimes SP to nobody that knows body.
Hit this area with 51. Everything in the Vada flies. When you start rapping like that?
Yeah. You already know what to do and what it does, so you gotta ask what it was. Salute to the subscribers, that notification gang. So I got a couple things I want to talk about. I just came from running. I only did like 4 miles today or whatever the case may be, but health is wealth, you know what I mean? Just out here trying to get it, living the best life that we possibly can while we're here. Every day is a blessing, right? So you got Dizaster joining King of the Dots Grand Prix. I'm gonna talk about that. The tournament for $50,000. That's crazy, and I'm gonna tell you why. It validates their tournament as far as the levels of competition. With Dizaster in it, it means a lot. It's not just a low tier tournament with a bunch of guys people never heard of and things like that. It really ups the level of competition in there. For 50,000, like I said, for 50,000, I said this the other day, right? I said most battle rappers, most will never ever see $50,000 at one time. Not from battle rap. No, it will not happen. I know how much a lot of these guys get paid. Why do you think Daylight said the other day as far as who gets paid more? But with Dizaster in the tournament, it definitely validates it. It's through Twitch. Twitch was purchased by Amazon. This is big streaming. This is big money involved. $50,000 is no small money to cough at, especially when a lot of the people who are like, oh, I would never do it. Y'all not making much anyway. You better go over there. I said the tournament could be hosted by Tom from MySpace, and one of my top 8 better win. They better go over there and get that bag. You better go find that man, and don't come back until you find that man. Which I don't want to get to this paper. You must be crazy. Y'all bet. If you know like I know, especially with some of y'all be getting paid, you better go join that tournament and try to get that money. You must be crazy. So salute to King of the Dot in that regard. I never talk down on that league because I figure it's a platform where people are, you know, being able to provide for their families. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could it, you know, I don't get involved with this league versus, I don't give a fuck about none of that. No, don't. Salute to Rare Breed Entertainment, ARP. I seen him going back and forth with Daylight as far as with intellectual property, as far as battle rappers saying that they want to get paid for the YouTube views and things like that. I do agree with ARP in his sentiment where he was saying that a lot of the battles, they'll never make back what they put out based off of views and things like that. And he was saying that as far as like with blogging and stuff, like he could literally grab a controversial topic, make a blog out of it, and make money off of it without having to pay anybody. You know, he even mentioned me saying like when I do the car joints, I don't do all my blogs in the car, you know what I'm saying? But when I do the car blogs, it's just me talking on my camera. So I could, you know, potentially do views and get paid off of it without having to pay out. He is definitely right. But when he books a battle, you book a battle, you got to pay artists. You got to pay for artists. You got to pay for flights. You got to pay for hotels. You got to pay for all of that shit. And if the battle doesn't do a lot of views or doesn't make a lot of money back, how are they getting paid? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, how does the money continue to flow if they've already paid out a lot of money to even make the battle to begin with? Daylight was definitely talking facts as far as with as far as battlers and their intellectual property, but in that regard, I feel like ARP's sentiment was just a step higher as far as with the facts. When the rubber meets the road, battle rappers probably, if they're not doing millions of views, are not bringing in a lot of money on YouTube. The money on YouTube is good, but it's good if you're not paying anything out. Like if I put up a video that does 100,000 views or 200 or 300,000 views, it could do good money. You know what I'm saying? But it all depends on what the video is. Like I did the video with Showtime SP for Math versus Method Man. It did 100,000. That's not bad money. You know what I mean? It really ain't because of the length of it. It's a lot of things involved. It's just not views. It's how long they watch the video, the engagement. All of that means something, right? So that's just that. So you got the Dizaster going to the Grand Prix. I think that's big. ARP, I definitely agree with him in regards to what he was saying versus Daylight. And now you got this whole Norbes thing. I did see the paperwork. I will say this. Norbes has about 80 pages with any and everything that you could think of. I'm talking about every single thing that he's done is listed, and it is listed. I don't know who his lawyers is, but let me tell you, you don't have to see it all. I mean, the paper, I'm sure you can find it if you look for it, or the case may be. I was just in a privileged position to have it sent to me without having to look. And when I tell you he has a case that he has put together, he's going at it like this, right? And I could just bring it to y'all, you know what I'm saying? He's going at it like he was a partner with these guys and helped them establish this brand from the ground up. And when they got to a certain level, they kicked him out of the whip. He does talk about the New Jersey twerk situation at the Genesis event, getting assaulted. He's using trust, bro. He is using everything. And if you think somebody wants to be down with something, I think he said in the paperwork, put in over 22,000 hours over 10 years to be kicked out the whip with essentially nothing. Like, yo, it's been great. Nigga was like, hell no. He said, I'm putting cases on all you bitches. You want to do this to me? Jay. He told him they'll be having Born Legacy of Pelican Bay when I'm done with you. Norbes said, hell no. He said, I'm not going out like that. I am getting, it's 40 million. He's suing for 40 million. I tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get their ones. I'm trying to get their M's. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4. Just 5 years, 30 million more. Add that number up with the one I said before. Oh my goodness, yo, the 40 million boy, man. I mean, and it's gonna have to all play out. Like, that whole situation is gonna have to play out. What they got, they're gonna have a chance to present their case. He's gonna have a chance to present his case, and it is what it's gonna be. But I will tell you this, he literally has every single event that he has ever been a part of from like the Proving Grounds 10 years ago. There's niggas' names on that in that paperwork that I never even seen before. Like some artists that I never even heard of. Like battles that never even came out. I think he has a battle in there with like JC versus Rich Dollars and like battles that never even got released in that paperwork. That shit crazy. Yo, the main question I got is how the fuck Norbes get his paperwork before ID Bull? Shout out to No Mercy. He asked that question. I'm bringing it to how the fuck he get his paperwork first? How you get your paper? How Norbes get his paperwork first? Huh? It's crazy out here, man. I will say this. Norbes is like the biggest top, and I think this dropping the week before Some Madness is kind of crazy because Norbes is automatically going to take over the blogs. He's going to take over like the talk. An amount of that, like that much. I didn't even know battle rap was getting that kind of money. 40 million? Sheesh! If he gets 10% of what he's going for, he'll get more money than most niggas ever seen in battle rap. So any way you cut the cake, he'll do well. He's got like, I seen at the end of the paperwork, he's got like 3 or 4 lawyers on this shit. And I know a lot of people is like, oh, does he have the money for the lawyers? Y'all gotta understand, right? When it comes to shit like that, a big case is big money. There's some lawyers who will work on that shit just because. Like, I'll work on it just because we might get this paper. And if they get it, they're getting 33%. So you think a lawyer's not going to take that chance? Of course they're going to take that chance. Man, listen, a lawyer, that's the reason why he's got as many lawyers as he's got, and they're on it, and they're like, it is a lot of papers. I tell you what. I seen them. It is what it is. But like I was telling y'all earlier, when it comes to these businesses, when y'all are partners, business partners is way different than employee-employer relationships. When you help build a company, it's different than if you just get hired by that company. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why a lot of people want their own LLCs, their own brands, their own everything, because of shit like this, when it all comes down to the come down and they want to throw you out the whip. Now, I seen people in the comments saying that they could say that things that he did was the reason why, and it wasn't because of like the dumb shit that he got involved with was the reason why they let him go. Okay, I see that, but Norbes is involved in a lot of dumb shit over a lot of years and you kept him. So if that would have happened, like the first time something happened, y'all got rid of him, well, maybe that could be looked at in a different perspective, but you would have still had to give him something. You can't, I don't think that it's really possible to just put someone out of his stature and say, we owe you nothing. But we're going to see. I'm sure they're going to have their lawyers. I'm sure that it's going to be a conversation. Now, finally, with this King of the Dot tournament thing, I think some more bigger MCs is going to be involved with this, because if Dizaster goes as a top tier artist like he is, a lot of other people are going to go. He's not going to be in the tournament alone. And I definitely wanted to see who King of the Dot was bringing out, because, you know, if you have a tournament but y'all only going to bring in artists that we never heard of or things like that, it doesn't really validate it much, you know what I'm saying? But it does validate it when you have an artist of Dizaster's stature. I'm sorry. I mean, like I said, I have no buying stock in any league, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just Rice Gang, I'm just me, I'm just Showtime SP and things like that. I'm not, it doesn't matter. Whatever league is doing good shit is what we talking about. What we talking about, huh? Salute to the subscribers, that notification gang. Norbes 40, you want 40, shorty? Oh, and yeah, did y'all hear, before we get out of here, Jag versus 40 Cal? Salute to my man Kotd. He had Jag on his show the other day, and Jag revealed that his next battle is against 40 Cal. 40, you better pack your lunch versus Jag. Jag don't play no motherfucking games. If you did not see Jag, I think you did say you saw Jag versus Math Hoffa, but you was kind of like down, I mean, Jag, y'all niggas was kind of like downplaying it. And that's the shit that be killing me. Like, when y'all niggas be, when it's not conducive to what you got going on, y'all downplay a nigga performance. You know what I mean? And that's the one reason why I'm glad I do what I do on my channel. I'm not a battle rapper. I got no vested interest in any league. I don't give a fuck about none of these leagues. If they doing good business, they doing good business. If not, we calling it. If a nigga won, they won. If they lost, they lost. It is what it is. That's where I stand. But when y'all have conversations about a nigga battle, like, y'all wasn't even giving Jag no credit, like he was on some simple pimple shit, and it wasn't like that. The nigga was actually getting busy. So that's the only thing that I don't agree with. But y'all gonna battle, and we're gonna see where it goes. I can't wait to hear an announcement or see an announcement, and we're gonna take it from there.